Already, from the mic, so sorry.
Stay in the lines.
Yeah, so we can hear you. Thank you.
My wife always says I don't stay in the lane. And first of all, the wives, Sandra and Kristen, I'm stoked you're here. Thanks for putting up with us over this last several, I'd say months, but it's been years. But Paul and I have been working on this, and Brad, and it's a special day for us today because we're unveiling the lineup. I think a couple of you may have saw a poster that went out, or hopefully you're not posting it too much right now, because we're here to announce today really the culmination of going back to when Brad and I, literally when Street Scene left San Diego, and it was such a loss, and it worked so well in San Diego, but it didn't work when it left and went somewhere else. The secret sauce was San Diego. You hear us talk all the time about San Diego, by San Diego, for San Diego, San Diegans that are behind this. There's a lot of investors that are here today. I want to thank you guys for believing in this. Without you, we don't have a festival. And so there's a lot of love, there's a lot of belief, and there's a lot of love for the city of San Diego that ultimately makes this possible. Music brings everybody together. While we're losing football teams, or we can't get certain things built in this town, we can bring a music festival, and we can bring it downtown. And this journey really started with Paul and I having a discussion after Brad and I were talking, but we needed somebody that could put all of that together. It's a really complicated business, and you can ask Paul later when you want to talk to him what it's like putting 80 bands together, booking 80 bands after you just talked to 400 bands, and then contracting them and putting it all and getting it to where we are today. So Paul, congratulations on a wonderful job. I think Paul is absolutely the best in the business, and I've met a lot of them, and most of you know me after 27 years at the arena, about 3,600 events and 16 million people, and I've seen a lot of good promoters. Well, I've seen some good promoters. I've seen a lot of bad promoters. Tony's seen a lot of bad promoters in all of his years that he's dealt with it. And for all of you that didn't have to see bad promoters, consider yourself lucky. But we've got a great team. And what it started was about San Diego, for San Diego, by San Diego. And it got us to this point. And we looked at several different locations over the last 8 years, including the fairgrounds before Pagoo was there, including North Island, Coronado, Camp Pendleton. And we didn't quite find the right spot, because the secret sauce, a festival is not a concert. If I tell you that there's one or two bands that you want to come see and you want to go be part of and you want to go hang out for 2 hours, that's a concert. A festival, you truly want to be somewhere all day, but you don't want to be captive all day. At the end of the day, if you got to go discover music at 12 o'clock and see some of these really cool new bands, and you show up 12 o'clock, you're kind of looking at everybody at about 2:30 going, Ayúdame, help me out. How long do I have to hang here? Oh, you know, the headliners are coming on at 9:30 at night. You're toast. I don't think it's a condition, but I think concert fatigue will be a condition that's identified in the near future. But this one's beautiful. This one is literally, you can discover music with your kids. You can go in and out, you can walk to your hotel, you can come back at different times, you can enjoy the gas lamp. And it was about putting something together at the right time for San Diego. This will be the last major festival of the year. It's when San Diego needs an event. They don't need it in August, September. If you've been down here, it's busy, the hotels are full. But it's like a ghost town when you get here the weekend before Thanksgiving. We're going to change that. And that's why we had the support of the tourism district and everybody else, and the funding and the belief of the city to bring something really cool to San Diego that can last for years and have it be a 1 + 1 is 3. So with that, I can tell you, as we announce, and Paul will go into some of that, and you'll see some of the bands here, we're super excited. We're super excited for all of San Diego. We're excited for the Hispanic and Latin community. 34% of the population. We've got great partners in Univision and Entravision that are here. This is a big festival for everybody, and I think the Hispanic lineup that Paul put together is extraordinary. It's a stage that will be a stage the whole time. It's not like we're saying, oh, and it's something for everybody. We're going to have 2 or 3 artists. There's 15 different Latin artists and some really big ones, and people are really excited about the lineup. So with that, it's a festival for everybody. And to have the likes of Tony Hawk, Rob Machado, and Trevor Hoffman, the Belly Up folks who are here, events.com with Tony and his group. Yeah. If you ever leave a voicemail for Tony, you'll never forget that voicemail, I can tell you that. There's a lot of hooting. Putting the best team together. It's about teamwork. It's about putting the whole team. I saw Chris Cantori here earlier. We talked early on. I saw Scott Kaplan. Everybody wants to be part of this because it's something good for San Diego. Everybody can not only make money off this, they can be enjoying it, they can be part of something that changes the landscape of music forever. So I want to thank everybody for coming today. Well, obviously there'll be questions later. And I want to thank everybody's patience, our families that have put up with us during this time period. It's been a lot of work, and there's a lot more work to be done, but together we can pull off some cool things. So with that, I want to bring up Tony Hawk to say a couple words about his performances, what's going to be going on. Thank you.
Hey everybody, how are you? I just want to say I'm really honored and excited to be partnered with Wonderfront and this whole festival and bringing something like this to San Diego. It's long overdue. I remember Street Scene, got to see Sex Pistols there. That was exciting. And I'm excited to also bring my own flavor to this whole festival of music and art and culture and food. And then I'm adding punk rock and skateboarding, which I'm very familiar with. And really, for me, this is a chance to sort of do a resurgence of my Hot Jam concept, where we did an arena tour. We did it at, I have to say sports arena, sorry guys, I'm super old. That's what it is to me. First concert in the Cars. I saw, we did our tour of skateboarding, BMX, and motocross, and live music, and we brought it to sports arena. And Devo played, and we did this whole show. We did that for about 5 years, all over the country, 30 shows a summer, and haven't done it in about 10 years. So I'm excited to bring that back. So you're gonna see on the stage that I'm curating, Pennywise, Vandals, X, and Suicidal Tendencies. And between those bands, you're gonna see us skating with Z-Trip spinning live. And we're gonna bring back the choreography and freestyle elements, and it's pretty cool to get to do this in San Diego. I love any event where I get to sleep at home. So thanks, Ernie, for including me, and I really hope you guys enjoy it. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a blast, and I think there's going to be many, many more to come, so thanks.
All right, cheers for Tony Hawk. You know, Rob Machado couldn't be here today, although because Rob's not here today, Rick said he got the pleasure of getting up with Fox tomorrow morning and going on at 7:45, so I think this was the better gig, probably. So Rob and I will be on Fox tomorrow morning. Another Hall of Famer in his own right. You know, you start looking really at the 3 Hall of Famers that we have part of this. These are the San Diegans that we identify most with. It's not that they were just great at what they did and their craft, and I know it sounds cliche at times, but they're better human beings in what they do with their foundations, with their time, and with people around them. I've walked around the arena before with Tony or Rob or Trevor, and it's the same thing. We get about 5 or 6 feet, and somebody wants to take a picture. And instead of some people that I know in the past that might kind of, you know, sneer or look down or whatever, it's always a big smile. It's always a hand around them, appropriately hand. Right. Yes, kind of disclose that now. Hands high around them. And at the end of the day, everybody leaves with such a good experience. These are such great ambassadors for this city, and so I'm honored that Tony's part of this. I'm honored that Trevor's part of it, and I'm honored that Rob Machado, these are all Hall of Famers. And with that, I want to bring up the Hall of Famer that was just recently inducted, who's a dear friend of mine, and just a great human being, and pretty good golfer too, Trevor Hoffman.
Thanks, Ernie. Wow, I'd like to piggyback what Tony had to say, and that it's an honor to be here today and piggyback with you, Ernie, and the rest of the investors on such an amazing event for San Diego. I know we're going to reveal a lineup. I'm used to other lineups where who's hitting 3 hole, who's hitting 4 hole, but it's going to be an awesome experience to know that you're not going to be out in the middle of the dust. If you get a little tired, you run back to your hotel and maybe grab a bite to eat and still have the energy to go and take in what's going to be a world-class event here in San Diego. So I look forward to this for many, many years. I look forward to seeing so many familiar faces throughout the year, getting to collaborate in November. It's going to be unlike anything other. So thanks for attending today. I'm looking forward to hearing the lineup.
Thanks, Trevor. Trevor Hoffman. You know, we for this last introduction, and we'll see something pretty cool. You know, there's I don't want to pull out certain individuals in the room, but you know, there are some leaders in industry here when it comes to restaurant groups, whether it comes to chefs, whether it comes to art installations. So this is going to be the whole deal. It's 80 plus acts, San Diegans all around it, but there's going to be some really curated, really cool curated art. There's going to be some really good food, and we're going to have local chefs that are involved with this, much like they're on some of the other festivals that are successful with that, but it's got to have a San Diego feel and a San Diego flair. It's really important to us. So when you come in here, there's a lot to do at all times. We already know